Hi there, it's real estate coach Josh Vegan, and welcome to this week's coaching tip. Today we're going to talk about great business turnarounds. You see, as a real estate agent, you can be going really well, and then all of a sudden it all just seems to go sideways. And all of a sudden you're looking at the results and you don't have the sales on the board, or maybe you're finding it hard in terms of listing, and then the negative thoughts and the negative beliefs start to get in the way, and before you know it, you're in a real funk. So how do you get out of that? In order to be a great agent, what you want to think about is that a great business turnaround is about understanding what's important. So what is important? Is it the calls? Is it the connects? Is it the appointments? What are the things that you should be measuring, and why is that so important to really get great business growth? Well, here is the absolute secret essence of what I know is critical. What is the one thing that will turn your business on its head in under 30 days? And out of all the people that I've coached, that number one thing is booking the appointments. Now, I can guarantee you that if you can get yourself into a minimum of 3 appointments every single business day, you will get yourself to be writing over $1 million in fees, regardless of your market. Think about it. 3 appointments a day is 15 appointments a week. It's 60 appointments a month. It's 600 appointments a year. And what I know is that when you are at your best, when you're at your most influential, is when you're in front of people. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's very simple activities of signing agency agreements, signing contracts of sale, being in a position that you're there with the client, talking about them and their situation. In its most intimate is when you are face to face with the customer. So that's what you need in order to be able to grow a business. So there are 3 types of appointments. When we first start out, there's what we call buyer appointments, or BAP. These buyer appointments are really important. It's about building relationships. It's about understanding people. It's about understanding pricing, getting to know the stock in your area. And when you first start out, it doesn't matter. Even if you do 15 buyer appointments a week, you're going to meet more people more often, provide great pricing feedback to allow you to be able to have that better quality conversation with your existing owner on where their property sits in the marketplace today. The second one that we then hope that you migrate to doing more of is then what we call our market appraisals. Now, hopefully this comes from the buyers that you meet, that they already own properties in your area. So you can go out, you can go and see their home. You can not only talk about pricing, but more importantly, you can talk about them and their situation. Now, this is a really important part because the market appraisal is not about just giving pricing. It's actually about really finding out what is the customer dissatisfied with and what is their vision going forward. If you can identify what their challenges are and where they're going forward, then that'll change the entire game. And that should then migrate into the very best appointment type to be having, and that is what we call the listing appointment. Now, listing appointments are such a critical part because this is the ultimate story of what we can do for the client, and it's where we win the business. So what you want to do is you want to migrate from doing buyer appointments to doing more market appraisals into ultimately doing only listing appointments. Now, what I know is that in any great team, if we can get people up to be able to growing those buyer numbers, the market appraisal numbers, and the listing appointment numbers, that we will ultimately shift entire performance. Now, you won't necessarily see the result in 30 days in terms of the number of sales that are made, because obviously when we're getting the appointment numbers up, we're starting to grow more listing stock. And if you just focus on that one number, on getting the number of listings up each and every month, then you will build the consistency that you truly desire. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this week's coaching tip. I hope it's inspired you to start tracking that one number on the appointments and that you can get to that level of growth that you're capable of. I look forward to seeing you next week.